Man, since the day one, learnt the art of creating a nation, then making it powerful enough to rule over weaker nations. All he required was to influence others. He could either do it through logic and wisdom by the use of religion, or he could use his might to achieve his goals by hook or by crook. Let's look into what influence was created in what age of this world. Before man invented gunpowder, he relied upon logic and wisdom. Yes, the religion carried the required influence. Buddhism, Hinduism, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam are prime examples of this influence based on logic and wisdom. One might question that how do Alexander the Great and the Mongols fit in here? Well, although they were the ruthless mights of their times, but their generations got conquered by the logic. The most durable and rapid expansion world saw was through the religion of Islam. And that still persists. With the invention of gunpowder and advanced weaponry, world saw a new influence that was of might. Post Middle Ages until 20th century, Europe colonized the weaker world. British, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, Dutch, and Germans colonized throughout the world. And yes, these colonizations were to snatch the natural resources. And with help of these natural resources, European world turned themselves into from rags to riches. Of course, their advanced knowledge at that time helped them get their economic endeavors. And colonization ended in 20th century. Although expansion is an old phenomenon, but most recently Nazi Germany and the Soviets applied it. In 20th century, Nazis and the Soviets expanded throughout Europe and the Central Asia respectively. Nazi expansion ended with the conclusion of the Second World War, but the Soviets continued to expand until they were stopped by Afghanistan. And Soviet Union got shrink to today's Russia. Post Second World War, world saw an arms race. And yes, Cold War between capitalism and the communism played the pivotal role. As it was the age of technology, US excelled throughout the world. In post-Second World War, controlling a country's foreign policy meant controlling the country itself. And Americans did it brilliantly by influencing the weaker countries militarily. Although US did not annex or occupy any other weaker nation, but created air and naval bases to influence militarily. And yes, it can be considered as de facto occupation. At last, a new phenomenon is shaping the world. As in previous century, USA beaten the Soviets in the military influence, China is well placed to beat US in this century. As this time, it isn't military influence we're talking about. Rather, it would be economic influence that would shape the world in coming future. In the 21st century, whoever grips on the economy controls the world. Rapid economic growth of China is shouting out loud that soon they will be replacing US as a superpower. Economic indicators are already telling that by 2050, China will replace US as they will become an economic power. They will be in a position to control the economy. And whoever controls the economy controls the world.